Hello, trading is closed on August the 2nd, 2019. We'll go over our calls. Look for the pattern with the early low. We got that. Monday's pattern has the early high. You'll see how we dropped right to level of the June FOMC announcement. FOMC announcement levels offer resistance and support. We've dropped 100 points since the announcement. Usually there's a Fed whipsaw. It might not work this time, but if it does, we're going to go over this level by more than 100 points. Seems like a stretch to me, but so did rallying this long from the 2009 low. MEJT said this drop is false, says the rally's false, gives us a new target 29, 21, 29. Remember, if this is the end of the drop, as it might be, MEJT likes to leave a failed target. There's no failed target. The drop probably isn't over. And I'm not certain that's going to print. We'll know at the open, I think. Well, here's what we said. Friday's pattern has the early low. I said I really don't like to make calls on the days when the employment report comes out. I just can't predict them. I did say if we rally, we had this target. We had a lower target for a drop. We hit that on the nose. This was the line we drew. You can see how we stopped right there and reversed. Now we're looking for wave C and trying to have some kind of relationship with wave A. You can see how the lows of A and the lows of C all correspond. So where's the next low? Well, if this relationship holds, there isn't one. Look also how this is a fib, 61.8% of this range. We have a high volume spike. Can certainly identify a low. If this isn't a low, it's awfully close. Doesn't mean it's the low. Should be a low. Well, I've been looking for an ABC. I've gotten rid of the question marks. I want some kind of relationship between C and A, and I was looking for them to be equal. But at today's low, wave C is exactly 50% of wave A. Doesn't mean it has to stop there. Just makes it a candidate. Monday's pattern has the early high. Usually it's a rally day with a close near the highs. If it fails, it's a straight line down. Now it is negative. We have a lower target. It's negative. A day-long rally couldn't clear this prior high. Not good. Monday we should have lower prices unless we gap and promptly overtake the high. But it's positive we have a volume spike. The new and the old volatility index have bars completely over the upper Bollinger Band. The SPX has a bar completely under the band. The NASDAQ McClellan oscillators at its lower band. We dropped to support and couldn't break through. And big moves after news announcements. This all happened after the Trump-China thing. Big moves after news announcements tend to retrace quickly and completely. If the China thing is resolved over the weekend, we should gain back all this we dropped. I have nothing which guarantees the drop is over, but the bears need to gap under support at Friday's low, or for Monday at least, support should win. When you drop to support and rally, either you gap under support or support wins. Most of the time, I think we gap over today's high. On rare occasions, we gap down from a market this oversold, which can lead to a mini crash. It's a rare event, not impossible. We can make a case for the drop being over in today's low holding. If the China thing is resolved, the rally could start. The case for it isn't happening, but it can't be ruled out. Here's the case, not my favorite, but I really had trouble counting this. We had this A, that's probably a B, then how do you count C? Well, the obvious count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be over. This would be an ABC here, and then you have another huge move down from this oversold condition. But that's not the only way to count it. This could be wave 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for alternate 3. This could be alternate 4. And this could be alternate 5. And if the alternate count is right, the fibs work. But the obvious count, they don't. With this count, the alternate 5 is twice wave 1. And more importantly, if you measure from the top of 1 to the low of 3 with a truncated 5, then wave C equals exactly 1.618 times A. So if we do gap up here, that's the end of wave blue C, and we're off to the races again, much as it surprises me and as implausible as I would have said till very recently, because I was expecting much more of a drop than this. We have a number of things which are compatible with this wave blue C being over if we gap up and have a strong move up, which in my opinion would probably be dependent upon a news event, but you never know. So Monday's open should be very telling. If we gap up, take out this high, it means this whole drop here was a false move. We could have a huge rally from here instead of the big drop I was expecting. But if we gap under this, unlikely, but I'm going to say rare, but not impossible, could lead to a mini crash. So when you're this overextended, you either have a strong rally and the drop's over, or rarely you crash. And we should know before Monday's open which of the two it's going to be. I'm not good at guessing these things, but we have a number of signs of a low. This whole drop, left failed targets behind, was in response to a news event. And I'll tell you, with the big drop today, my portfolio went up, not counting shorts, and that's usually not what happens when the market's going to collapse. So we'll see if we get the gap up or if I'm going to have egg on my face. I'm not ruling out gapping down, but I think it's more likely we're going to gap up, and that's today's call.